مشكلة كتبت بيسمح الصوت من بيسمكم
اي مسكر ما انا عندي باش ما يعملش
Recording in progress.
How you feel? How you feel?
Okay, I guess.
That's good. Show the band. دونك فما ادمنستراتور يعني هو الاتي شكون الادمين هما بس شويه فون هذه
ما بعرف شو بدي أقول.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome everyone to MACFEST 2023, wherever you're joining us from. Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan Mubarak to all of you who are fasting today. My name is Katarzyna, I'm a member of the MACFEST team, and I'm joining you from France. The rest of our team is based in Manchester in the UK, so please tell us in the chat where you're joining us from. Today we have our first big event of the month of Ramadan. And our host for today is Aicha Boubaker, a Tunisian-born journalist and producer based in London. She is the creative force behind Islam Channel's popular morning show Salam Britain and produced seasons 2 and 3 of the hit series Come Iftar with Me. Aicha is passionate about promoting Tunisian culture and heritage, and her love for food, cooking, and baking is evident in her work. Her dedication to showcasing diverse Muslim cultures has made her a respected figure in the media industry, and she continues to inspire others through her work on screen and behind the screens. And our chief guest for today is Paul Griffiths, who was born in Manchester in 1953. He grew up in the suburb of Gorton. He spent many years working in the food industry in technical, commercial, and sales and marketing roles, and as the chief executive conducting business in the UK and in many parts of Europe. He is the chairman of the Gorton Monastery in Manchester, a charity co-founder with his wife Elaine in 1996 to save Gorton Monastery from ruin. And he sits on the advisory board of the Manchester Guardian Society Charitable Trust. Appointed as the Deputy Lieutenant in 2004, he was High Sheriff of the county in 2013 and 14, and he served as Vice Lord Lieutenant between 2017 and 2020. On behalf of MACFEST, I'd like to just take a moment and thank you for all your donations. They help us create all these wonderful events for you. Most of them are free, so please do join us in the future again. And today, please share your comments, your thoughts. If you have any questions, put them in the chat. We usually have very good conversations during those events. Follow MACFEST and Muslim Women's Arts Foundation on social media. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And do use our hashtag spread honey, not hate. Over to you, Aicha.
Assalamu alaikum everyone. Ramadan Kareem. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are joining us from. I'm so happy to be here today. I am in Sousse, the coastal city here in Tunisia, and I'm so happy to be joined by, the fellow musicians here who have kindly joined me today. We've got Ahmed Alaya here on oud. We've got next to him Yusuf here on qanun, and then lastly we've got Martez on the flute. And everyone who's tuning in, you're going to be mind blown today. So keep tuning in, and you'll be hearing from them very shortly. So before I actually start, taking you through this journey into Ramadan in Tunisia, I'm just going to give you a brief, taster of how Ramadan is so special here in Tunisia, and specifically in Sousse, where I'm from. Literally, as soon as I came last week, I could actually feel it in the air. I could see it in people's faces. Everyone is rushing, just before Iftar, getting, the sweets they want, getting fresh bread, getting the fresh milk just to break the fast, and the whole energy is so positive. Everyone is smiling, and it's just full of enthusiasm, really. So I'm so thankful that I've got this opportunity to be here and to spend at least it's less than a week, but with my family and with my here in my country. It's just really been amazing. Now I'll stop there for now, and I'll take you through this journey. So over the next hour and a half, we'll be exploring the traditions, religion, art, and architecture that make Ramadan in Tunisia so unique and special. So, as many of you know, Tunisia is a North African country with a rich history and diverse cultural heritage. And during the holy month of Ramadan, the country comes alive with a spirit of celebration and reflection. And through this event, we hope to share with you some of the fascinating aspects of Ramadan here in Tunisia, including, customs and the beautiful art and architecture that adorn the country's cities and towns. So sit back, relax, and join us on a journey of discovery as we delve into the rich and vibrant world of Ramadan here in Tunisia. So we're going to start off, first of all, to just explain the various traditions associated with Ramadan in Tunisia, such as fasting, breaking fast, and special foods. I'll be also discussing how these traditions are observed in different regions of Tunisia. Following that, we're going to be focusing on religion. So I'm going to be explaining the significance of Ramadan in Islam in general, and then I'm going to be discussing how Ramadan is practiced in Tunisia, including religious rituals and observances. I'll finish off nicely with the arts and architecture, but before that last part, our talented musicians here will be giving us a 20-minute live performance, so make sure you tune in for that. So I'm going to start off now. So I said, welcome everyone, and marhaba, as we say here, or aslama, how we say it in Tunisia. With you, I'm going to be talking about Ramadan in Tunisia. So one of the most significant traditions associated with Ramadan in Tunisia is fasting. Muslims are expected to abstain from food and drink and other physical needs from sunrise to sunset during this month. The fast is broken at sunset with a meal known as iftar or iftari, which is usually a communal event. Another tradition that is closely associated with Ramadan in Tunisia is also Tarawih prayer. This is a special prayer that is performed after the Aicha prayer during the month of Ramadan. Many mosques in Tunisia hold Tarawih prayers, which can last up to 2 hours and include recitations from the Quran. Apart from fasting and prayer, special foods are also an integral part of Ramadan traditions in Tunisia. During this month, Tunisians prepare a variety of delicious dishes, such as breek. This is a fried pastry filled with egg, tuna or meat, and shorba, which is a soup with barley, and you could pair it with, chicken, fish, or also meat. And basically, these two are staples. Every single night during Ramadan, you find them on Tunisian staples. And also, it is worth noting that Ramadan traditions in Tunisia vary from region to region. For example, I'm from the coast, I'm from the city of Sousse, and here seafood dishes are often a staple during the month of Ramadan, while in the interior regions, dishes made with lamb and spices are more common. So I'm going to just take you briefly about, the food and the importance of food in our culture. So Tunisia has a very, very diverse community. We've got people who, have people coming in from all the way to, from Spain, Italy, and, North Africans. So you find Arabs as well. We've got Turks in our blood. So all of that, rich history comes together with this mix of, you can see it in people's features. We come in different colors. You can see it in our food. So if you go to different regions, as I was saying, so on the coast, you'll find that the food is quite spicy. You go slightly up, the food is slightly milder. You go down, it's also milder. And then the use of, for example, staples as meat, you find it more frequent in the south as opposed to the coast. But this is what makes Tunisia very special. It's its diversity, and it's the community that is very closely knit. And Ramadan is just the perfect celebration of all of this. People from all sorts of religions. In Tunisia, we have the majority, of us are Muslims. So we're talking about 98% of us are Muslims, and 2%, 1% are Christians, and 1% are Jews. But during this month, everyone comes together. Everyone will be saying Ramadan Kareem to everyone. Will be saying, Shahiyya Tayyiba, which is a greeting that we say just before breaking the fast. And also after we break the fast, we also greet each other with Saha Shritik. I don't know why I'm forgetting my Tunisian. But yeah, just said that UK got me really bad. This is why I need to be here more often. But yeah, it's just this diversity is amazing, and I've been really wanting to share it with everyone. I know, from Katarzyna has introduced me earlier, and I work at Islam Channel, and I work with wonderful people, from presenters, from the crew, and everyone comes with a different background. Everyone lives basically we all it's like a melting pot, and you have all different ethnicities. And every single time I meet some of them, I just keep talking about Tunisia. And I feel this is the perfect platform to just keep people, awakened. And this is just another opportunity for everyone to know more about the country and to also visit it.
Recording in progress.
So yeah, basically, I want everyone to be, tuning in. I'm just going to give you a taster before I move into the second part. So the musicians now are just going to join us for a couple of minutes, just a taster for you to stay tuned. So I'll give it to the musicians, and you'll hear 2 more minutes, and then they'll be with us. You guys want to be ready?
We can't hear any sound, Asha. Asha, there's no sound at the moment. Yeah, we can hear you, but can you play the music again? Yeah, now we can. Now we can. Perfect.
قالوا ناس مثلا ما يفصل شوي.
وكوني مدرسة. Asha, the voice is quite faint.
Yes, Kausha, sorry.
Or
Is the
they
sound
can-
okay?
it's a bit faint. If they can move nearer to you, or you can move nearer to them. I know you're holding a mic. I know
Yeah,
trying to
Can you hear me?
manage a mic. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just sorting that now.
Yeah, we can hear you perfectly. It's just the mic is not quite reaching.
All right.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, now try. Yeah, much better. The voice is still faint. We can't hear him. Yeah, now we can.
الكون إلى جمالك مشتاق مشتاق ونعود عشاق من أين يا سيدتي يا مالك ملجأ قرار فاقبلنا لا بطل
Yes, it is network issues, Samira, one of the people saying. So that's fine. Okay, thank you so much, Asha. That's given us a flavor. You tried your very best. And, you know, lovely music, but obviously the network makes it a bit faint for us for here. So you carry on.
All right.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we will be hearing more from them later, so hopefully it will be sorted.
Yeah. Excellent.
But now, yeah. So as I was discussing earlier, you know, the importance of the observance of Ramadan in Islam and how it's practiced in Tunisia. So, you know, the majority of our viewers know that Ramadan is one of the most important, you know, observances in Islam, and fasting during this holy month is one of the 5 pillars of Islam, and it's obligatory for all adults Muslims who are physically and mentally able to do so. And during this holy month, Muslims are not only expected to fast, but also to engage in spiritual reflection, prayer, and charity. This month is a perfect time for Muslims to strengthen their relationship with God and to also renew their commitment, you know, to their faith. And in Tunisia, Ramadan is an essential part of the religious and cultural landscape. It is a time when families and communities come together to break their fast and share meals. Tunisians observe Ramadan with devotion, and it is an integral part of their religious identity. In addition to fasting, Tunisian Muslims spend more time in prayer and reflection during Ramadan, as I was mentioning earlier about, you know, the prayer that comes after Aicha prayer, which is the Tarawih, and this is a prayer that we only have during Ramadan. You know, Muslims also attend the mosque more frequently. They recite the Quran and engage in acts of charity. So, you know, there is an editor that put together a video for us. So, Hajra, if you kindly put that for us, please.
Hajra, is there sound to this?
There should be sound to this.
Sorry, let me start that again.
Yeah, take your time, Hajra, no problem. Managing technology is hard work, especially from another country.
Absolutely. So while Hajra is doing that, so I'll just like basically tell you a bit more about this video. So Abdu is a local, videographer, and he's the one who put this video together. I actually did the voiceover for it, and he kindly did it for me. So I'm super happy that he managed to do it. So he went to both, Sousse, which is, the main town, and he also went to Second, which is quite near where I live. And he took photos and videos of people just going by their daily life. He took photos and videos of mosques as well, people praying Tarawih. You can see the food, the market, the hustle and bustle of daily life. You can also see, how calm it becomes just before breaking Iftar. and then how busy it gets just after, and with people rushing to do salah, people rushing to their houses to break the fast. So we'll be able to see all of this in this video, hopefully very soon.
Ramadan in Tunisia. Ramadan is a month of reflection, devotion, and community. In Tunisia, this holy month is celebrated with joy and enthusiasm, with people from all walks of life coming together to
Hello, is that working?
It stopped working now, Hajra. Start.
Ramadan in Tunisia. Ramadan is a month of reflection, devotion, and community. In Tunisia, this holy month is celebrated with joy and enthusiasm, with people from all walks of life coming together to observe the fast, pray, and break bread with one another. The day begins before sunrise with a pre-dawn meal called sahur, which gives fasting Muslims the energy they need to make it through the day. In the old Medina of Sousse, vendors sell pickles, dates, and other traditional foods that are often enjoyed during sahur and iftar. Despite the challenges of fasting, life goes on during Ramadan in Tunisia. People go about their daily routines with the added sense of spiritual purpose that comes with this holy month. At sunset, the fast is broken with a meal called iftar. Tunisians take great pride in their hospitality, and during Ramadan, this is no different. Families and friends come together to share a meal, often featuring traditional Tunisian dishes such as briq and shorba. In addition to fasting and sharing meals, Ramadan is also a time for increased spiritual devotion. Muslims in Tunisia attend mosques for the nightly Tarawih Salah, a special prayer performed during Ramadan. Throughout the month, the old Medina of Sousse comes alive with the sounds and sights of Ramadan. The call to prayer echoes through the narrow streets, and people gather in the courtyards of mosques to break their fast and pray together. Ramadan is a time of community, reflection and devotion, and in Tunisia, it is celebrated with joy and enthusiasm. From the old Medina of Sousse to the bustling streets of Boubaker, Tunisians come together to observe this holy month in their own unique way. We hope you have enjoyed this glimpse into Ramadan in Tunisia.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Hajra. I hope that everyone enjoyed that and that the sound was okay. I know we've been having some technical issues today, but hopefully that's sorted. So that was brilliant. Actually, Abdul did an amazing job. So shout out to him if he's watching.
It was brilliant. Thank you so much, Asha, for putting it all together. And the sound was perfect.
Amazing, amazing. Thank
Well
you so
done.
much, Kaisra. Perfect. I know that very shortly we'll be hearing from Paul, our chief guest. So if we can move to that, I know we're slightly early on schedule, but maybe we could go to Paul for now, if that's okay, please.
Paul, are you okay to?
Yes, I am. Perfect. Thank you very much indeed. Well, that was absolutely fascinating, I must say. Absolutely wonderful. It's my great pleasure to join you all today and welcome to the international audience. We have a tremendous group of people who have chosen to join from all parts of the globe. And it's a real testament to the drawing power of MACFEST and the interest in this case in Tunisia during Ramadan. It's a real credit to everybody that's involved in this wonderful initiative. I'm so delighted to be here. I remember some years ago, the very first occasion that MACFEST presented itself onto the world scene, as it were. And Kaisra done a fantastic job in bringing this to life, her vision to life. And that is never more so, I think, than what we've seen today. The beautiful music that we've heard, the wonderful film of Ramadan in Tunisia, which I found illuminating and enlightening. And I think it's just so nice to be able to share this wonderful culture and different experiences in this particular way. Now, alongside my own best wishes to everybody, I also bring good wishes from the Lord Lieutenant of Greater Manchester, Diane Hawkins. Diane too is a big supporter of MACFEST and is involved in various events throughout the course of the programme. So it's my particular pleasure to also be involved today and to learn more again about the wonderful culture that exists in Tunisia. The food, I must say, did make me feel quite hungry. So I think I'm sure you cannot wait until you break your fast later. It looked fantastic, it really did fantastic. And it's my great pleasure to be with you today. And I bring good wishes to you all from Manchester in the UK and hope that you have a wonderful morning, day and evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, Paul, for joining us and for your lovely words. Thank you.
Pleasure.
That was absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much, Paul. You have to come to Tunisia. That's it. That's the only solution to all of that. You want to try good food? You have to be here.
Yeah, thank you, Asha. I will definitely be coming.
Yes, do let me know when you come. I'll definitely, show you the hotspots of these cities. So yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Brilliant. You're most welcome. Thank you. All right, Hajra. So I know earlier on I've briefly introduced the musicians, but if you can kindly just reintroduce them to everyone and whoever joined us just now, because we'll be hearing from them for about 20 minutes. So they'll be giving us about a live performance, longer than earlier. So hopefully the sound will be much better now. But if you can just kindly reintroduce them for everyone who's joined us now. Thank you.
لما بديت أفهم حجاز وشوف الشغل شوف حجاز بس شد وريني
Asha, we can't hear now. Yes, yes, a little bit. Yes, we can now. Yes, we can now. Yes, that's much better. Asha, the sound is quite faint, so I'm just wondering if you got your mic, maybe without the mic, you just use it through Zoom, see if that works. Somebody suggested that. They're doing an amazing job. It's just that we aren't able to appreciate it. Asha, we are not able to hear any sound at the moment. And now we can. He's got a lovely voice when we hear him.
Were you not able to hear anything?
Not all the time, but we did hear him here and there. Yes, mashallah. What an amazing group. Obviously, you know, Zoom technicality gets in the way, no problem.
Mhm.
They've done a grand job, mashallah.
Thank you so much.
Well, brilliant. Well, I'm hoping we could still hear something from them later towards the end. Hopefully the sound will be better. I do apologize on these technical issues, but this is live, so you always expect this to happen.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just thinking we can hear you perfectly. So you are near the mic. That's what it is. They're a bit further away. Maybe that's the issue, but we can hear you perfectly.
I was trying to get them the mic as well.
I
but I'm
know,
not
I
sure
know.
what
No
happened.
problem. We've heard,
That's all right.
mashallah, plenty. Thank you.
That's all right. Yeah, so I just wanted to go back to where we were talking earlier, and you've seen in the video a bit about the architecture of Aicha in Tunisia. So you've seen the intricacies of all the patterns and the mosques. And I just wanted to go back and speak about the art and architecture in Tunisia. So Tunisia has a very rich cultural heritage that is reflected in its unique art and architecture. Traditional Tunisian art and architecture are characterized by a blend of Islamic, Roman, and Berber styles. And if many of you know the culture, many of you don't, but if you don't, then I'll just briefly talk about the history of Tunisia. So Tunisia, prehistorically, we've had Romans before in the country. So if you go from coast to south to the north of the country, you'll see that the ruins are still, there, and then you can see it in different cities. And since then, we've been, Turkish people came. We also had Carthaginians, Carthage up north. We also have Turks later on. And basically, all of this has just made the whole heritage very diverse, very much diverse and very rich. And the use of intricate geometric patterns, calligraphy, and bright colors are hallmarks of Tunisian art. And one example of traditional Tunisian architecture is the Medina, or the old town of Tunis. So earlier on in the video, I've seen the old Medina of Sousse, but we have also some videos where you can see the old Medina in in Tunis. So Hadra, the slides, you'll be able to find all the photos in there as well for the old town of Tunis. So the Medina is actually a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is known for its narrow, winding streets and colorful buildings. The architecture of the Medina features arched doorways, decorative tiles, and ornate balconies. Another example of traditional Tunisian architecture is the use of white stucco and blue painted doors and shutters, which can be seen in the seaside town of Sidi Bou Said. We actually have some photos also of the beautiful city of Sidi Bou Said, and you can actually remember Santorini in Greece whenever you look at this. So it's the North African version of Santorini, and it's so beautiful. And for so many people have been there, and you have to try bambaluni. So that's the fried dough dipped in sugar. And if you happen to be in Tunis, you have to try it. Going back to art, so Tunisian art is also heavily influenced by Islamic calligraphy and geometric patterns. Tunisian artisans create intricate designs using ceramic tiles and textiles and woodwork. These designs can be found in mosques, homes and public buildings throughout Tunisia. Religion plays an important role in Tunisian art and architecture, particularly during Ramadan. Ramadan is a time for reflection, prayer and community. Many Tunisian families decorate their homes with traditional textiles and lanterns. So, and this actually, we can find it all over Africa and even now more so in the UK, because I've seen that the scene have changed massively since I went to the UK 5 years ago. Now, wherever you go, you'll be able to find lanterns, you'll be able to find all sorts of decorative items for your home and also your office for Ramadan. And it's just amazing to be able to have that in this day and age, because our religious identity is very important for us, and we need to show people and showcase it even more. Now, going back to Ramadan, as I said, it is a time for reflection, prayer, and community. And many Tunisians, they decorate their homes with traditional textiles and lanterns. And, these textiles, they feature geometric patterns and bright colors that are often used to create a festive atmosphere. In addition, many mosques and public spaces are decorated with lights, lanterns, and calligraphy during Ramadan. These decorations serve as a reminder of the spiritual significance of the holiday and create a sense of community and celebration. And, I've been saying this, these are actually photos of Oldham, which is the second biggest amphitheater. It looks very similar to the one in Rome. Many of you have seen the one in Rome, but the Tunisian one is absolutely worth visiting as well. It's amazing. There isn't much maintenance that's been done to it, but it's definitely worth visiting. It's amazing. You can literally just go and you can wander about. No one is there to actually tell you where to go. So you have to go in with the map and hope for the best, but it's absolutely amazing. To just see history there, it's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, now going back to Islamic calligraphy and architecture, we've been seeing, the beautiful ruins, from the Medina in Tunis, also Oldham, which is a different city for the amphitheater. And just overall, the art and architecture of Tunisia are an integral part of the country's cultural heritage and are deeply intertwined with religious and cultural traditions. And I know that there is a photo there of two ladies, beautiful ladies wearing traditional clothing. So in Tunisia, actually, every city, sometimes even every town in every city has a different traditional outfit. We'll find that the colors that are prominent are red. So we have, special textiles. One of them is actually called hayek. And you'll find it's like beautiful, all hand painted, hand dyed, and it's beautiful. I don't know if Hajra, if you can get the photo back of the two beautiful ladies wearing traditional garments, that'll be brilliant. So yeah, as I was saying, our traditions are very important for us, and these traditional clothing, we normally wear them for Tunisian traditional outfit day. We also wear them during ceremonies such as weddings, any other ceremony as well. People always love to dress up. You'll see that ladies wear lots of gold. Sometimes they have to rent it. Same goes for the outfits, because they are quite extremely expensive nowadays. But this is in the olden days, people used to take it generation by generation. So the mother will give it to her daughter, and then the daughter to her daughter, and so on and so forth. But yeah, this is just like bits and pieces of the culture in Tunisia. I was hoping to have the boys perform one last time before I continue. So I'm going to attempt to do it one more time, and then Kaisra, do let me know if the sound is not working well, please. Yeah?
Yeah, yes.
Perfect, thank you.
That's perfect.
الخلاعة تعجبني لأنني ولي لأنني ولي الملال لا ينفع في نعمل يا حبي هيا نعمل خلوني معاك نمزج ونفوس نمزج ونفوس ننزل ويا حبي خلينا ننزل ننزل ويا حبي ننزل ولا حيلنا قلبي لا يحب ولا حيلنا ولا حيلنا.
That was brilliant performance.
No, thank you so much, Asha. That was brilliant indeed.
Was the sound okay this time?
The sound was much better, absolutely. It was.
Amazing,
Well done,
amazing.
you guys.
Yeah, well done, you guys, honestly. So, yeah, the first one actually, the first song, because you know many of you won't know the Arabic language. So the first song was actually about adoring the Prophet Muhammad and the fact that he's born and that we're so happy. And we kept saying, you know, peace and blessings be upon him. So that first song was about that. And the tunes that you can hear are very traditional, and you'd hear them, and also like the Middle East. So they're quite Middle Eastern, also North African. But it's just amazing how all the cultures just come together, and then these beautiful songs, and you know, these are, you know, are talents that people need to know about, basically. So I'm so grateful that, you know, the boys made it and that they actually managed to sing, and also
Absolutely.
you know, yeah.
We really appreciate that all of you coming together in the studio, doing your very best with one phone and a microphone, and with technical issues. You've done brilliantly. Really, really happy. And we've had lovely comments in the chat as well. They appreciate, you know, the efforts, and they're thanking you. Someone from Scotland, someone somewhere else. Also, Asha, you've not had time to look at the chat. You've literally got audience from across the world, from Canada to USA, from France, Scotland, you name it, they're all there. And one lady has just said, let me see, Ayman, she said, I'm having iftar while watching this. Ramadan Mubarak, everyone. So I can't remember which. So Sayda, you need to tell us which country you're sitting in. So you open your fast. We still got a few hours to go. Let's see, there's a new chat. And somebody, Lulu says, and this is your friend Lulu. Thank you so much for this amazing vibe. I really want to visit Tunisia now. My goodness, I've been 3 times to Tunisia. It's a country I can't get enough of, Asha, as you know. And as you said earlier in your history part, it's a combination of so many civilizations, so many people, and you're really rich with it in terms of diversity. Love it. Oh, Sayeda says she's from Pakistan. So you got some that all over Pakistan, they open their fast. And somebody's in USA, she says, Bushra from USA, she says it's not 10 a.m. in the USA. Amazing. People have joined you all the way early in the morning while they're opening their fast, and you name it. And of course, your friends from Tunisia are there. And somebody writes, beautiful culture, love the music and the art. And then somebody's asking, what are the names of each instrument? And then there's somebody else from Georgia in USA. And Barbara's telling us from Manchester, it's nearly 3 o'clock in the UK. And Arfin, I'm from Indonesia. So she's from Indonesia. Just imagine, from far flung.
That's amazing.
And somebody from Tbilisi, from Georgia, and it's 6 p.m. Shanaza Bond says.
Yeah, I'm actually just like looking at the comments now. Brilliant.
And Alice said the food looks amazing. I'd love to try one day. And
my uncle
says, from France, I'm your uncle. That's so sweet. Oh, mashallah.
Oh,
So they're all sitting there. I wish they could all speak, but I'm in their mouthpiece at the moment.
I know. This is absolutely brilliant. And this is why we need more of this. And
Can
that's
you
why
imagine
MACFEST
this? The whole world
really,
is
really
here
impactful.
together. Thank you.
Absolutely amazing. So I'll actually answer two of those questions. I was hoping there would be a Q&A, but after you told me, Kesra, that wouldn't be. No issue, but I'm still happy that people can comment. So
yes,
to answer the first question about the instrument, so Ahmed is playing the oud. And then next to him is Yusuf, and he is playing, if I could just show you. So Yusuf is playing the qanun.
Yes, we can see.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful sounds of the qanun. And then Mu'taz here is playing the flute.
Wonderful, wonderful. We have got another question. It says from Omara Juwaid from Manchester. She said, I love the dresses of the ladies shown in the picture. Does this dress have a special name?
So we literally just say traditional outfit in our own language. So we'll say libas taqlidi, but it's different from every city. So I won't be able to actually name every single outfit. But literally, if you go from, even in Sousse here, the town I come from, we have a specific one. If you go literally same city, but different towns, people wear different outfits. And this is why I keep saying it's just amazing. And it's just mind blowing how I could be sitting in my place and then maybe like 5 kilometers away, someone would be speaking differently, will be eating differently, also will be dressing differently. And this is just what makes Tunisia. It is a brilliant, example of diversity and rich culture and heritage. So I would be able to maybe in the future, definitely share more. I need to do more proper research about it, but I won't be able to give you the exact names, but every city, every town, they have a specific name for their traditional outfit. And as I was saying earlier, they dress up really nicely, they wear gold, and then you'll be able to see that everything is handmade and it's basically environmental free, sustainable, and it's also they use natural dyes as well. And this is why it's becoming more difficult to get these outfits, because less people are doing it at the moment. And this is why, again, this is very important for us to send across, so that people would want it more than basically as it is now. And I know that someone asked about food earlier. I do have on the slide few dishes that I will be able to tell you about. So Hasa, if you can see that, please.
Yes, while she's putting that up, I can ask you, for every country has its own sort of a starter food for iftar. I'm Pakistani, as you know, and I love our pakoras. Turkish friends, I know they open with soup. What about Tunisian? What are the favorite dishes for your starters, for example?
So the staple every night will be, people will break their fast with either a glass of milk or water with dates. So that's, how they would break their fast. And then after that, we have the staples of brick, which is semolina, dough, handmade, and then you put, your filling into it. People would use boiled eggs, fresh eggs with boiled potatoes, tuna, parsley, some capers. And the meat, you could change it really. You could use either chicken, meat, or tuna, and then you fry that, and then it's so crispy, and the egg is just oozing out, and it's just beautiful. So every Ramadan, if you're walking down the street, you'll be able to actually smell people frying brick, and also with the brick comes the soup, or we call it shorba. And it's quite dense because we use barley, and barley, as you know, once you cook it, it becomes quite thick, and it makes the broth slightly also thick. And I think we have it in the next photo. So with the shorba, it's very actually energetic. You have barley in there, you have your source of protein, so it's either chicken, meat, or fish, and then you would add your parsley. And also, so you will have your onions and your garlic, and also celery. So it's and also olive oil. So yeah, there's so many nutrients in there. Very hearty. Some people can't, have it just because of the spice, but that's also to your preference. So you can cut the spice down if you want. Coming up, of course, is the couscous, and you have to have couscous, especially the first day of Ramadan.
Right.
People usually would make lamb couscous, and it's very different from the Moroccan and the Algerian version. I know in the UK, mainly people know, about Moroccan foods, and this is why I've been literally just like telling people about Tunisian food, because it's not quite there yet, and it's quite rich, and people will definitely need to know about it. It's quite spicy, so as you can see, the couscous is red, and then we use all sorts of vegetables. Some you don't even have, whatever you have at home, you just chuck it in the sauce, and then the couscous is also steamed. You can use again fish, meat, or chicken, and but it's quite hearty, and people just love it. You sit around the table, and then everyone joins in, and it's a meal where the whole family or friends, they come together and they eat, and it's just they socialize over couscous basically.
Yes.
So yeah, we can, if you can look up the next one. It should be a meal prepared by my friend.
Hajra, is that, oh, there it is.
Yes, perfect. So this was actually made by my friend. I was helping her at the time. This was last year. So you'll be able to see the brick there. It's tiny. So we do different versions. This one is in the small pots, and there is like some lemon next to it.
Oh, this is making me
And
so
then-
hungry, Asha. I'm sure it's
Still a few
making
hours
everybody
till-
hungry.
Still a few hours till Iftar, but yeah. And then we have two different types of salads. We have Boubaker, which is made with carrots mainly. We also can add some garlic into it, and then you just boil it and then mince it together, and then add some spices into it, decorate it nicely, and then you can enjoy that with some fresh bread. And next to it is the Tunisian salad, so that's made with eggs, with tuna, with sometimes people add capers to it, olives, and also cucumber, tomatoes, and then some dried mint. It's very, very refreshing and very delicious, if I must say so. And then lastly, the bigger bowl at the end, that's actually marqa, which is I would say it's like a curry if you want to compare it to Pakistani or Indian cuisine. And then we have minced meat, like meatballs in it. And then people also love to add pickles into it when they cook it. They just like, you put some parsley on top, and then you enjoy it with fresh bread. One side note is that Tunisians, we love our bread. I think I haven't mentioned, that Tunisia was a colony of France, and something that they left behind was baguette. So bread is huge part of our culture, and this is why earlier on I mentioned that everyone before Iftar, we go to the bakery near the house, you buy your fresh bread, still piping hot, and then you just can't wait to have it for Iftar basically. I think we have one more photo if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this one is for dessert, and it's also a couscous dish, but we call it masfouf, and it's a sweet steamed couscous. So we'd steam the semolina, particles, and then we'd add some sugar into it. You can pair it with either raisins and in this, like in the photo, or pomegranate. People also would like to sometimes add rose water to it. And it's just very fragrant, very hearty and delicious, perfect for dessert after breaking the fast.
So Asha, what about Asha?
Yes, I can hear you now, Kaishwa.
Yeah. What about in the morning? What sort of things are popular to eat in your country?
So for sahur, people would, it depends really on the household. It's either you either eat sweets, or you either eat savory. So some people would eat whatever they had for iftar. So like anything that's savory, they would have that again at sahur time. But people, some people also like to have just like keep it very simple. Some dates, something like porridge, some bread, and also like butter or olive oil, and just drink plenty of water. Some people want to have their coffee, so it's quite diverse. But it's either, as I said, it's either savory, so they would eat, whatever they made the night before, or just like something as if they're having breakfast. And, these are the two different parties when it comes to this whole time here in Tunisia.
Thank you, Asha. One of the other questions I ask people when I meet people from different countries is, what's been the main difference from how you people celebrate fasting, Ramadan, compare in the modern world at this stage, compared with your grandmother's day? Is there a big change? I mean, technology, has that made a difference? Has the food made a difference? Is there more fast food? I mean, what are the differences you noted?
I would say when it comes to Ramadan, I don't think there are many differences. So even if there is social media, when it comes to Ramadan, people always make the time to actually get together, whether it's friends, families, neighbors. Everyone makes sure that whoever's there is, well fed, and we always make time for people and to, to get together during Ramadan. So in some sense, it's still the only month where all Tunisians come together. Whether you have people, sometimes people travel from different cities to just be with family to break, iftar together. And when it comes to meals, I would say it's pretty much the same, but now you'll be able to see that there are more of a Western influence, although it has been there since the beginning because of France and Italy. But also lately, I don't know, for example, lasagna, you wouldn't really find that in my grandmother's time, but for example, that was our dinner last night. My siblings and love it, so my mom makes it. But that will be one dish, but with it she would make different dishes as well, quite traditional, such as shorba or brick, and also the curry that we showed earlier. So we call it marqa. But I would say there aren't many differences. The only thing is people now, they don't have as much time as before. And it's quite sad. So and life is going quite fast, so the pace is very fast. But I'm quite grateful and happy that people still do find the time to actually get together and eat, hot meal and enjoy iftari together.
Wonderful, thank you for that. Now, you live in England at the moment, and you've gone back to Tunisia during the month of Ramadan. What's the difference for you then, celebrating Ramadan in your country with your family compared with here in London?
Oh my God, like it's a huge difference, Kaisra. Ramadan in the UK, although you can see parts of it, throughout the daily life, but when it comes to breaking the fast, it's quite different. And Tunisia, you just feel it in the air, you smell it, with the fresh food, the fresh bread. You see it in people's faces, they're greeting you, saying, Shahya Taiba, they keep asking you, to have a great iftar. People would, for example, neighbors, they would bring you food, whatever they're making throughout the day, they just bring it. Same goes for sweets. And after breaking the fast, families will get together. For example, my sister would join us after iftar, and we also go out to see our grandparents. So it's very, very lively. And just yesterday, actually, I was out with my dad and we were getting some fresh bread, and I was just looking at, the market nearby, the hustle and bustle and people rushing to get everything. And you can see, and I told my dad actually yesterday that if I could frame that photo, I'd just take that with me to the UK to hold on to very tightly, because that's something that I really, really miss when I'm in the UK. And also a big and huge part of it is actually we can hear the adhan here.
Yes.
So you don't need your phone to hear the adhan.
Yes.
Many of our viewers or people who joined us today know that the struggle of being in the West and not being able to hear the adhan, and it just makes it quite different. And then when you come here, I would say I've taken it for granted when I was in Tunisia. I've taken so many things for granted, and I'm quite happy and grateful that I've had the privilege to be in the UK to actually appreciate these little things, these things that people here in Tunisia think are little, but are really, really vast and great. So yeah, it's just like this sense of community, and people just getting together, people live the same. So I know whoever's, my neighbor at the right, the people in the next city, everyone is witnessing the exact same thing. Everyone is breaking the fast at the exact same time, and we all are having almost the exact same dishes, and it unites us all, to be honest. So if I'm traveling, on a road trip, and if I happen to break my fast in a different city, people would still, they would see me, they'll bring me, for example, dates, and they say, you know, Shahya Taiba or Saha Shriftik, and they would greet you and they would give you food. They don't really care who you are, they would just do it. And that's something that I quite miss when I'm in the UK. Although it's been done, but depending where you are in the country, sometimes it's not really available. And but I just hope and wish that people and Muslims in the UK keep making, you know, the whole religion bigger and bigger. And we've seen the Ramadan lights in Piccadilly Circus this year, and people have been very, very happy about it. And yeah, we're on the right path, definitely, in the UK. And I cannot wait for people to witness Ramadans in future, hopefully on a much bigger scale.
Oh, thank you so much, Asha. I've really enjoyed listening to you and sharing all your views and what you know, see the difference between life in London and life in your country at the moment. That was marvelous. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us before we finish?
I think that would be it. Sorry, you can continue.
No, that's basically because I don't know your schedule. Is there anything else you have to add before we finish?
I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that joined us today, and thank you, Kaisra, for this brilliant opportunity. And I also wanted to thank the boys for joining us today, and for the lovely tunes, for, you know, all the effort, because this has been in the making for quite a few months now. So I'm really, really happy that we managed to do it, and that everyone is happy with the result. And yeah, a special thanks to you, Kaisra, for this opportunity as well. It's definitely a blessing to have a platform such as MACFEST for Muslims, you know, across the world, to just basically tell us what Ramadan is about. And I know Kaisra doesn't only do Ramadan events, but basically anything that has Muslims in it and art, you'll find her there. And it's just brilliant.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much, Kaisra, for your efforts and for everything that you put together.
You know, it's been a brilliant session. Yeah, go on. Carry on.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to, yeah, as I said, you know, thanks to everyone. And I just wanted to remind people that Ramadan comes once a year, and we always have to make it very grand, and we have to make sure that it's celebrated in the correct way, and for us to also showcase it to people of other faiths in a good manner too. And this is a month where people always should remember those who are less fortunate than them. So, and this is why actually we fast. We fast because we need to remember those who cannot afford food, those who cannot afford clean water. And you would actually, you know, we would remember people, you know, in all different sorts of, you know, places here, whether it's in Africa, whether it's in Asia, and we can just say thank you to our God for blessing us with something as little as a date or water. For us, sometimes we think of it as little, but that date or that fresh, clean water is something very big for others. So we should always remember that we are very, very fortunate, and we are blessed to have these, you know, small things in our lives, and also to always be kind to one another, and to make sure that we are the best representatives of the religion. So I know, like, it's not always easy, but we always need to be mindful of our own, you know, actions, and always, you know, be mindful that we are representatives of our religion. And lastly, I wanted to invite all the attendees to learn more about Tunisian culture and traditions. And if anyone, you know, has any questions in the future, I'm available online. I'm on Instagram, and if anyone has any questions about anything, really, I'm always happy to answer them. And I hope that you got lost in the culture today. I hope that I really did my country
yes, you
good.
have. Beautifully.
So
That's absolutely beautifully. Listen,
I know we have limited time, but I really hope that I've done everyone proud, and that, you know, Tunisia has so much to offer. And what I said today is literally like a drop in the sea, basically, of what's available here in our beautiful country. And sometimes the media doesn't really portray it in the correct way. And yeah, I just hope I did it best. But, you know, I did everyone proud, basically.
You have, and you left with some lovely words about Ramadan and its importance. Just to read one comment from your friend Jennifer, she from Islam Channel, she joined us and she said, such a beautiful insight into life in Tunisia. Somebody else is saying, thank you, Asha, for sharing, from Selma, then Barbara, and then thank you, Asha, we really enjoyed it. And then MACFEST thanks you as well. There's 4 more messages. From Brusha, this is a deeply beautiful, mashallah. Thank you, Tunisia and MACFEST, well done. Now, I have to also thank our very, very special guest, Paul Griffiths, Deputy Lord Lieutenant of Greater Manchester, who's been sitting there animated, and I'm sure he wants to thank you as well.
Yes, indeed. Yes, I would like to. Thank you, Kezra. I would like to thank everybody, and Asha particularly, with your tremendous presentation, enthusiasm for everything in Tunisia has been a wonderful insight, and it's been my great pleasure to be with you all this afternoon and to learn more about your wonderful country. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Paul. We're grateful for giving us all of this time of your 1.5 hours. Now I'm going to hand back to lovely Katarzyna, a team member, so she can end it for us. So thank you again, Asha, for brilliant. And the boys, you've been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Thank you from me. Okay. Can you hear it? I hope you can.
Thank you, Kezra. Thank you so much to Aicha. Thank you to your musicians, to Paul, and thank you very much to our wonderful public. Thank you for participating, for sending your thoughts, your comments. Please do join us in the future. Look on Eventbrite. We've got wonderful events coming up. I shared some links previously in the chat. You can take a look, but it's all on Eventbrite. So the next event is Eat Like a Sultan, Cooking in the Muslim Medieval Ages. It's on Sunday, 9th of April at 2 o'clock UK time. Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Asha, thank you again. Paul,
Thank you so much, Kezra. Thank you so much.
And the team behind and everybody else. Okay.
Thank you.
See you next
Thank
week
you.
for
See you. Bye.
another
Thank you.
amazing event.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.